So I think we're going to start by just maybe standing up for a minute. Some of you have been sitting for a little bit, so we're going to stand up, and our retired NFL player here is going to still show us how to do some stretches or whatever to get us.
I know we've been sitting for a while, so I just want to loosen you guys up so you can wake some of you guys up and shake it out a little bit. All right, so we're going to stretch the necks out, stretch them out a little bit. It's going to be a quick stretch, so don't worry. All right, we're going to go down, just to loosen up the lumbar system a little bit. All right. This is the quickest stretch ever. And then, anybody got any suggestions for stretches? I don't like to stretch, I must be honest. I never stretch. And that's even playing football, I never stretch, never. And because I always have this logic of what my granddad told me. How you ever seen a cheetah stretch before he went to go get his food? That's the way I think. I just go. So, yes, we're here on behalf of
Southeast Area Association.
And part of the thing, when I go to schools and speak to the kids, I always say, if you stay ready, you'll have to get ready. And part of being ready is eating healthy foods such as fruits, vegetables, dairy, and your dairy products, and getting active for 60 minutes a day. So, and by this program, really a very, very creative program, because it gives the kids the power and knowledge on why it's so important to eat healthy and get active. They take an initiative by creating different things at each school I've been to, such as bike programs, getting active exercising programs in the class. They do a lot of healthy food eating options as far as trying new fruits and vegetables, and they do the smoothie machines and things like that in the cafeteria. So it's a really great program, and I'm very fortunate and happy to be a part of that program. So I'm going to pass it over to Miss Melinda.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I think it's working. So as you all know by now, you've heard, and it's Fuel Up to Play 60. So, how can Fuel Up to Play 60 help you? And as I said, and heard all of the, even though I've got my teacher voice, I'm going to use the mic because they're taping. So, anyway. Sorry about that, guys. So, again, Fuel Up to Play 60, and how can we will help you. As I said earlier, and when I listened to everyone present, Fuel Up to Play 60 is a perfect complement to those programs that you all are talking about in your respective areas. And Fuel Up to Play 60 is available to all schools across the nation. In fact, there are more than 75,000 schools across the country that are signed up with and enrolled in Fuel Up to Play 60, and lots of Kentucky schools, and we want to see lots more, especially in the eastern part of Kentucky. I work with 94 school districts across Kentucky, and the southeast part, we have another gentleman who works with school districts in Jefferson County and West Kentucky. So again, it's available for all school districts, and all you have to do is go to fueluptoplay60.com, log in and enroll your school, and it is all free. It's free materials, availability of grants, etc. So, and it's brought to you, those free resources are provided based on dollars that come to us from the dairy farmers of the Southeast. Their milk, when their milk sells, their checkoff dollars, so much is sent back to Dairy Council to do programs to educate students and create healthy habits that will go with those students throughout their lifetime. So we are sponsored and funded by the National Dairy Council, which is funded by our dairy farmers across the country, and especially our dairy farmers in the Southeast for our Southeast region. Okay. So just a few objectives, what we want to do in the next few minutes, and I know our time is short, so we do have a exhibit downstairs that you can stop by and get more material if you are interested in enrolling your school in Fuel Up to Play 60. We welcome that, but we just want to at least make you familiar with Fuel Up to Play 60. How many have heard of Fuel Up to Play 60 or Play 60 if you watch NFL games? You see that. So it's a great marketing tool on those NFL on Sunday when you see all the Play 60 markings on the field and logos and so on. There are 6 steps to becoming a touchdown school. Of course, we use football terminology for the program and the various components of the program. And we want to, of course, help improve the wellness environment in your school and community, which I think everyone in this room shares that same common goal. And then also you can connect Fuel Up to Play 60 to program review. How many in the room are teachers and maybe work with program review? So we do have some that it's always good to be able to correlate and check off something that will meet a program review standard in the meanwhile. So we'll just skip through some of those in a bit. But again, we invite you to join the movement. We have enrollment forms down at our exhibit. Students are very much the core element of Fuel Up to Play 60, along with a program advisor or a coach or contact at the school. But students, it can be an existing club that you already have, a leadership group, can take on the role as the Fuel Up to Play 60 ambassadors at your school and get a school program going. So again, what is Fuel Up to Play 60? Just, getting up and playing 60 minutes a day and then fueling up with nutrient-rich foods, which Artose mentioned, your non-fat, low-fat dairy, fruits and vegetables, and whole grains, all the things that kids do not get enough of. And of course, if they do that, they're going to be then healthier adults. Again, the program is a partnership between USDA and National Dairy Council and the NFL. So adding that NFL shield to the program really creates a vision that people can connect to. And when you're thinking of middle school, upper elementary, middle school, intermediate level kids, that NFL connection makes them think, well, it's cool to be a part of Fuel Up to Play 60 because, it's involved with the NFL and all of that. So it's just a great marketing tool for us. We also have lots of partnerships with Let's Move, Action for Healthy Kids, which you heard from Mimi Perdue earlier. So we're all promoting the same message, working toward that common goal. And schools are still the target because kids spend, more than 2,000 hours a year in school. So where else could we impact their thinking and their development of healthy habits than at school? Sometimes as educators we may think, oh, well, schools can't do it all, but really where else do they spend any more time than they do at schools? And those kids can often become the educators at home to instill in parents the importance of eating healthy and being active. And we know what research shows us, that healthy students are better students. And there's a great infographic there, and just the recent wellness impact study that came out showing and demonstrating to us that healthy kids and active kids will perform better academically in the classroom. On standardized tests, on reading and math tests, kids who had breakfast and were physically active scored like 17% higher than those that did not, their peers. So it does make a difference in the classroom. Some benefits of Fuel Up to Play 60. I think that maybe one of Artose's first visits to Kentucky there at Tates Creek Elementary School, photo there with their Fuel Up to Play 60 team, and again, just encouraging healthy eating, encouraging physical activity, improving the self-esteem, motivation, engagement, and they can earn rewards. You as students can earn rewards for logging physical activity points and logging healthy eating that you have that you do every day. So whether you're eating 4 servings of fruit and having 4 servings of dairy, logging that online and tracking that, and you can earn rewards. And we have some of those rewards and incentives downstairs that we provide free to schools just to share with your students then for reaching their goals. Schools, it helps you meet your school wellness goals. Every school should have a school wellness committee and goals set out for your school, so it can help you meet your goals. It can provide rewards to the school, recognition, and grant funding. Schools can receive grants of up to $4,000 per year to implement a healthy eating play and a physical activity play. Again, as I said, it can also help you meet your requirements for practical evening career studies in your program review. And just quickly, like Health Education Standard 1, Standard 3, Standard 4, 5, 7, and 8. So, we won't go into details on those, but if you would like that crosswalk document, if you are in a school district and looking for that, then we're happy to provide additional resources. So step 1 is just join the league, which your school can do that at any point. There's no better day than today to join the league, simply going online, as I said, and enrolling at fueluptoplay60.com. Encourage students. There are challenges and different things you can do. As teachers, you would enroll as a program advisor, I hope, at your school to be a school contact person, or you can enroll as a supporter. I would share with you a couple years ago, it's been now, in Estill County, the program advisor there at West Irving Elementary actually won a trip to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii for she and her husband. So there are things that program advisors win, just, very surprised she was that because as you go on and log, then your name is entered into drawings. Students have won, you may win tickets to an NFL game. You may win NFL jersey and various things. So there are incentives out there that program advisors and students can win for participating. So join the league, building teams and drafting players. Drafting players is simply getting students at your school to enroll. Having a membership campaign, getting students to enroll at your school is your drafting players. Having a kickoff, I think this again is an event at Shannon Johnson Elementary. Again, Artose was there at that school as they kind of had a pep rally just to make everyone at their school aware that what Fuel Up to Play 60 is. Their school was enrolled in Fuel Up to Play 60, and they wanted everyone, signing a pledge to eat healthy and be active. So it was a great event there. Surveying the field is simply a wellness investigation, or maybe something that you do now like a school health index, where you just analyze what's currently happening at your school in the area of physical activity, nutrition, as well as family and community involvement, those 3 areas. What are you currently doing? Just assessing where you're at, and then helping you then to develop your plan of where you want to go for improving. It's game time, starts with the healthy eating plays. And you can see some of the healthy eating plays there. Breakfast anytime, anywhere. Farm to school is a big initiative, very trendy thing that a lot of schools are getting involved in. It was mentioned earlier. Snacking smarter in school for after-school programs, and making sure that there are healthy snacks available for students at school. And then that's just another example of like the breakfast anytime, anywhere, where we provide grants to schools for purchasing carts to maybe do grab-and-go breakfast at the door or entrance to the classroom, so kids do not have to come, or entrance to the school, so kids do not have to come to the cafeteria and sit in the traditional setting that we have seen in years past. Physical activity play, someone mentioned after-school running club through Nike, Marathon Kids. We have grants available through them to fund your after-school running club. Also in-class physical activity breaks. Many of you use Go Noodle to do that. And then wrapping up for recess, actually using some of the funds maybe to enhance your playground equipment, or in the case of one school in northern Kentucky who used the funds to kind of, as seed money, to jumpstart a community-wide initiative where they raised over $100,000 to completely redo their playground at Latonia Elementary in Covington Independent Schools. Again, just a dynamic program advisor, a teacher, a PE teacher, and a small group of students. Got the community behind them. Okay, and there's actually a picture of that playground. And then lighting up the scoreboard, which is the final step if you make it through the 5 steps, and that's when you become a touchdown school and receive a nice banner to hang in your school denoting you as a touchdown school. One final perk is the Student Ambassador Summit, where we have kids from Kentucky that are selected to attend that summit each summer in July. They have gone to places like Dallas, to Cowboy Stadium, to this past year they were in Indianapolis. I think last year they were in Chicago. So just a great trip and opportunity for students to reward their efforts over the school year. So again, we just invite you to make a difference in your school and community with Fuel Up to Play 60. It will complement and work side by side with all these other programs. It can really help you to have some extra funds, free resources. We have our MVP Council with Artose and some of his former competitors that can come out and do the pep rally. I, again, am in the eastern half of the state, the orange. My teammate is in the green area, so I have cards downstairs. So please feel free to stop by and get some more information. And questions?